I love iced coffee. If you'd like to buy me one, just go to buymeacoffee.com/fortherecordyourhonor.
Energy Supercross Saturday.
I'll have to call them back.
Please consider making a donation or leave a tip for the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, and subscribe is free.
Who is it, girl? Tell Mama. Damn.
Hello, package 4. For the record, Your Honor.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Linda, and this is For the Record, Your Honor. Casey Cochran suffers dislocated right shoulder at Southwick National. Tough break for Casey Cochran of the Rockstar Energy Gas team. Amid his return to racing following a broken leg in November, Cochran is in contract year and doing his best to earn a new deal for 2026. But then he got injured over the weekend at Southwick National. Cochran qualified 9th overall Saturday morning, but suffered a dislocated right shoulder at the end of the second qualifying session. It looked really, really bad, which ended his day early. The Alpine Stars medical team was able to get his shoulder back into place shortly after. It didn't look that way. They had the camera on him for a while and they were trying everything. The post-race press release from GasCast had the following information. Southwick unfortunately resulted in 250 MX talent Casey Cochran missing both motos after suffering a dislocated shoulder in an incident during the second qualifying session. He had earlier posted the 9th quickest time this morning and is now scheduled to undergo further evaluation on his injury this week. Sean Murphy, Rockstar Energy Gas Factory team manager. It was very unique that Casey crashed during qualifying, resulting in a dislocated shoulder. He's shown great potential so far this motocross season, and it's tough to see him have to sit out at Southwick. We're grateful to the Alpine Stars medical crew for doing their best to get his shoulder back in safely. Casey will undergo an MRI next week, and we're hoping to have a clear picture of the injury by the middle of the week. Cochran suffered a broken leg that sidelined him for all of Monster Energy AMA Supercross, but got fully healthy and prepped for readiness of the AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Upon returning to racing, he put in some solid results, putting his number 40 Gas MC250F up front often, even leading some laps in the extreme heat at the Hangtown Motocross Classic. Cochran scored overall finishes of 12, 11, 7, 8 in his first 4 starts of the summer, showing glimpses of speed, even though he was still working back to full race form. Leading laps and putting in strong results will help his stock, but this shoulder injury now might be another speed bump in the road. He will undergo further evaluation, like they said, as the 6th round Redbud National takes place this coming weekend. Through 5 rounds, he sits 14th in the 250 class championship standings. Jorge Prado gets better, but not as good as he wants. And this was written by Steve Mathis of Pulp MX. Signs of life from Monster Energy's Kawasaki Jorge Prado, who was quick in qualifying at the Wick 338 over the weekend and then started well and ran up front early in the motos. A pair of crashes, one while trying to hold off Eli Tomac in the first moto, and another when hitting a lapped rider while running second in Moto 2 hurt his results. I was so bummed to see that. He ended up 5-6 for 5th overall. Still, this was something. I think this was where he meant to say, here's Jorge's take. All right, Jorge, so I'm thinking this is much better than it's been. You ran up front. It's an awesome day. But then you crashed in each moto and dropped back. So I don't know, like if you're super stoked or like super pissed. How do you feel? Jorge Prado, well, from the weekends we've had in the past, it was better. But we're still far off. But I mean, better at P5. So it is what we could do. And I think I pushed a lot and I did my best. And that's it. So not much to say. Second moto looked like it took the wind out of you a bit. Yeah. So I crashed with the lapper. I smashed him and went down. So then it's hard to regroup and it was a little bit hot. So the heart rate, it's coming up and it was hard to drop it again. And I had those few laps where Justin Cooper got by and I just didn't feel myself. And then 4 laps to go, I regrouped a little bit and I was catching him again, Justin Cooper. I actually catch him big time. And then on the last lap, I'm like, man, am I going to make it happen? But it was too big of a gap. So, and that's it. So yeah, it was a pity for one weekend that I could maybe manage to stay a little bit more up front. I made a small mistake, but yeah, like I said, pushing it a little bit too much. So I was going to say the Cowie guys came out to Club MX and worked hard all week with you, but you're still thinking you've got a ways to go. Oh yeah, we are far off. I mean, I'm Sand Rider and I finished P5 today. It's a track where I should be winning and I know I would win with different stuff. Oh boy. So yeah, we just need to keep working. Yeah, we did some testing the first week after High Point. I don't know what to say. Hopefully we improve somehow. Oh, Jorge, what is going on? ¿Qué pasa? It's a little moody, these answers, you know? You can't just have the best of the best just given to you with a golden spoon. I mean, I know you have that championship belt behind you in MXGP, but this is different ball game with different players. How's the communication with you and the team and everything else? I mean, I think you're probably both frustrated, right? How is the communication? How is the meetings, phone calls, and that kind of stuff? You got to give it to Steve. He's pushing it. He wants to get some tea. Yeah, everything is fine. I think they are trying their best, and I'm just waiting. Oh, I don't really like these answers. They come off really bad. So did you feel like you're running top 3? You know, you're back to up front where you want to be. Did you feel like, hey, still the bike is not where I need it to be? Like you were compensating? Did you feel when you were right there that there's work to do? Jorge says, yeah, of course. I mean, I could put in a good lap in practice because I can put all my efforts into one lap and compensate everything that we are off. I compensated for one lap, but I cannot do it for 35 minutes. No one could do it for 35 minutes like that. So we could see today, qualifying session 2, I put a good lap. So that's the speed I want to keep the whole moto. But for me right now, it's impossible because we are off. So yeah, I mean, it's the sand track. I'm more like a sand rider. So I think today I could compensate a little bit with my sand skills, kind of, and a little bit of my fitness. But yeah, we're still off. Oh my gosh. So I do all these stupid internet shows on YouTube and all that stuff. You're a huge topic of discussion with fans and questions. Do you follow that stuff? Ooh, I want to know. Do you care? And does that even bother you? Like, do you care about sort of the narrative about what's going on with Jorge Prado? To be honest, not really, because I feel like 99% of the people doesn't even know what's going on, and talk is free. You know, everybody can talk. I respect everyone and everyone has opinions, but pretty much 99% of the people think I need to adapt to the tracks, which is not true. They all think they know. And for me, I mean, I don't follow anything, but sometimes things just pop up and I'm just laughing. Like this guy is talking like this about me. I'm a 4-time world champion. Last year, I won 11 out of 18 or something. Are you really telling me I'm not fast enough to win today here? I mean, if you guys really knew what was really going on, oh boy, you would be impressed. So we just need to keep working. And for me, it's a pity because I think that I could be winning, but right now I don't have the tools to do it. And today I try to push it a little bit too much. Like in the first moto, I tucked the front just because I'm overdoing it. Because the bike right now, it's not at the speed at my speed. So yeah, small mistakes. Hopefully we learn and we can only go up from here. I mean, the last weekends were terrible. So hopefully this race also brings a little bit more. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little hard to follow him when you're reading his words. Last question. Chad Reed, talk about bringing him here. He's helping you. How's that going? Yeah. So we started on Wednesday. We were at club and we were just talking and he was like, hey, I think I can help it with some stuff. And he just came out and we did some tweaks to the bike too. And together we built a little relationship over the last weeks at club and it's clicking. So for example, today before Moto 2 on the sighting lap, I did a little adjustment. I didn't like it. And I was like, hey, Chad, I need this and this and this. And we talked with the right stuff and I felt it right away in the moto. Okay. So, I mean, all the help, it's welcome at this point to try to make the bike better. The team is happy with it too. So I don't know. He's there at club. I'm there. He knows my situation. I'm coming from Europe, going to the new brand, and it's not easy, you know, especially when you're used to winning and now you're hardly in the top 3. Yeah, it's probably hurting his confidence for sure. But it seems like he is extremely confident anyways. So I think he'll pull through. What do you guys think? Make sure you tell me in the comments down below. No Excuses from Eli Tomac. And this was written by Jason Weingat, the Weege, on Racer X Online. This was slightly different. Eli Tomac has been darned fast so far in the AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Easily the biggest threat to take Moto and overall wins away from Jet Lawrence. He's the only rider besides Jet that actually does have moto wins so far, with Southwick being, as Tomac said on Friday, his favorite track of the year. There was reason to get excited over the prospects of a Tomac victory. Not this time. The Lawrence brothers of Jet and Hunter were simply too good en route to their 1-2 finish, which included Hunter getting the better of Eli with a pass for second in the second moto. Tomac could only sum it up by giving them credit. Well, they were just good today, he said. So yeah, it was a tough one out there. Like I said, they rode really well on the track. Of course, I love this place too. I tried to have as much fun as I could, but of course, Southwick, it's a gnarly track to race on. And yeah, just didn't quite have that pace, and that's all I really can say. Tomac is never much for excuses, and there weren't any here. Got beat. Try to get better next time. Tomac spent much of Moto 1 trying to get around fast-starting Jorge Prado, known in MXGP circles for being difficult to pass. Certainly didn't make it easy on Tomac. Yeah, Jorge was running a good pace, and honestly, I was just eating his roost, Tomac said. I swear he was roosting me over the backside of the singles, like better than anyone, like on purpose. It was just destroying my goggles and was getting pretty frustrating in the first moto. I actually just kind of backed off because I was trying to figure out where I could maybe pass him, but he was just launching the roost today. That's for sure. And there's a shot right there. Tomac was using a lot of tear-offs behind Prado in Moto 1, so he backed it off some to get clear vision. Tomac started better in the second moto, making a quick pass on Hunter Lawrence to get into third. With Prado again just ahead of him, anticipation for Prado and Tomac running with Jet at the front was high, but it didn't matter. Jet pulled away, then Hunter attacked Eli. I just thought he was doing some things a little more open than I was, I guess, said Tomac of the pass from Hunter. That's kind of where he set up the pass on me in that left handler, as he was able to come from the outside and make a good square move. So I tried to do what I could do, but overall I just couldn't quite stick to his wheel after that, which was frustrating. But hey, what do? Just try to improve next time. Tomac is still enjoying his time at the races, but enjoyment is closely intertwined with results. At High Point and Hangtown, he could be frustrated over having the speed to win, but not quite. Okay, I'm still getting podiums, but I expect to be closer to winning, he says. In my mind, I still want to try to be getting or trying to win and get wins. So, of course, I'm not going happy. I'm going home not super stoked. So, yeah, I want to try to get better. His team sees it in the same way. Eli getting an overall podium was good, but he wants to get back to the top step of the podium. So we will be working and do whatever it takes to get him there, said Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing team manager Rich Simmons. Tomac has already accomplished all there is to accomplish in the sport, and that's taken the pressure to must win. Still so good at an advanced age in motocross terms is because he's not settling for good finishes. He still wants to win and still believes he can. That's what keeps him grinding between the races. Of course, things change when you achieve certain goals and accomplishments, said Tomac, but I think I've lasted this long because I wanted to try to win and continue to try to get better. Chase Sexton set to return to pro motocross at Redbud. Chase Sexton will return to racing this weekend in the Redbud Nationals in Buchanan, Michigan, according to reports from Racer X Online. Sexton has been sidelined since injuring his shoulder in the season opener at Fox Raceway in Paula, California. Well, some people want to believe that's the reason, but I think there's a little more to it. In my opinion, it's speculation. Sexton crashed in the first moto and failed to line up for the second race because he was fed up. He failed to earn any points in that round. While Sexton was listed as banged up in reports from the team, he indicated he would not return until he was 100%. The reigning pro motocross champion won last year's Redbud Nationals after Jet Lawrence was forced out of competition due to a practice crash earlier that week. Sexton would sweep the final 6 rounds, making him and Jet the only 2 winners in the outdoor season in the past 2 years. Sexton also took the podium in 2022 and 23 at Redbud. In the first 5 rounds of 2025 season, Jet has won every overall, and 3 riders, including Eli Tomac and Hunter Lawrence, have dominated the podium. Sexton's entry makes for 4th solid contender to stand on the box with opening odds at Alt Sports, the official handicapper of Super Motocross, listed as 3rd best plus 590. By comparison, Tomac opened at plus 833. Rumor, and this is from GateDrop.com, Tom Vialle to make a return to the GP paddock in 2026 MXGP. This wouldn't surprise me, you guys. I've told you over and over, something has been going on behind the scenes with him. He hasn't seemed like he's been himself or even excited to race and be at these events. He seems like the passion for it is gone. After conquering the American Supercross scene, Tom Vialle could be on the verge of a sensational return to the MXGP World Championship in 2026. The Frenchman made the bold decision to leave the Grand Prix paddock at the end of the 2022 season, swapping familiar European circuits for the stadiums of America. It turned out to be a masterstroke, with Vialle going on to win back 250 SX East titles in 2024 and 2025, a huge achievement considering his lack of experience before making the switch to America. With that second Supercross title, Vialle is the 50 SX class in 2026. The expectation was that he would step up, obviously, to 450cc class in America with the KTM team, forming a 3-rider lineup alongside Aaron Plessinger and soon-to-be confirmed Eli Tomac. Tomac, previously linked with Ducati, is expected to make the move to KTM after reportedly receiving a better financial package. However, there could be a dramatic twist in Vialle's career path. Credit to Italian source MXNews.net, who first broke the story, and backed up by Lewis Phillips. Vialle has received an offer to return to the MXGP series for the 2026 season. We also heard whispers of the deal last week, and it's understood that talks with HRC Honda have significantly progressed over the weekend through a contract has not yet been signed. Such a move would also raise significant questions about the current HRC lineup. If Vialle joins the team, it means that at least one of the current riders, Tim Geiser or Ruben Fernandez, will be on the move. It's not out of the question that HRC Honda could head into 2026 with an entirely new lineup to chase MXGP glory, but it still remains to be seen what direction they'll go in. There had been previous links between the Conan brothers and HRC Honda, and there was rumors they were supposed to go to Southwick, and that got blocked somehow. But the latest suggest both Lucas and Sacha are more likely to remain with the KTM structure. Though in the ever-changing world of motocross, nothing could be ruled out. This potential move for that the 2026 MXGP season could see a major shakeup, with top riders switching teams and manufacturers reshuffling their priorities. Expect more big news in the coming weeks. Stay tuned for further updates as the silly season continues to heat up. Ooh, what do you guys think? Should he go back to MXGP? Tell me in the comments down below. Honestly, if you ask me, I think he should. That was his first love and sport. So I think he should return to it. He doesn't seem happy doing Supercross and motocross here in the States. Do what makes you happy.